This is pretty much Isha is coming. Come sit. So that means
So thank you for releasing it.
96.
Right, should we get started, everyone? Thank you for being here. It's been a pleasure to have you here. Can everyone hear me at the back? Nathan?
Right in the back.
Right, thank you everyone for being here. This is really exciting. This is our second get-together in Boston. We started the chapter in 2013. We had a great event back then. And we had, for some reason, had to cancel the event last year. But this time, we're, again, super excited. We have people coming all over from California, from different places, from New York, a lot of us from Boston. So we just wanted to kick off the event. Before I do that, I just wanted to make sure that I take the names of the great volunteers that I had to help me kind of execute the event. Nitin Soni is sitting there. Nitin, can you raise your hand? Pradeep Gora is standing there, who was at the registration desk. Duhan, who is like with the camera there and also is going to manage like the video camera, and like all of us will be here helping. Mukesh.
Is the video on?
Yes.
Okay.
And Mukesh, who was kind of helping, figuring out like putting on the stickers on the wall so that you guys could get here. That was like important because when I came in here this like at 3 p.m. I was told there's an event going on outside this and we cannot access it. I was like, what the hell? But we worked it out, and Mukesh was instrumentally helping us sort that out. And it's like all great volunteers, and I was lucky to have them like right at the time I needed them.
And Tarun too.
Yeah, thank you everyone. And so today's event is about the 3 words: inspire, develop, and connect. And we hope by the end of the event you kind of feel like you were able to get value on all those words in your own ways. So we really encourage you to mingle, to talk to each other, to discuss, share stories. We're going to do some of that during the event. We have like great speakers here today. In terms of the schedule, we have, I think the registration is done, the happy hour is still going to go on, and networking is going to go on. There are appetizers there. We're going to start the dinner a bit later on, 7:45, 8 o'clock. So those 2 boxes are not going to open till then. So bear with us on that. The inauguration is going to be done by Vineet Nichavan, entrepreneur, venture capitalist, academic. I'm going to talk much more about him a little bit later. That's going to happen like right after I stop speaking. Then we're going to have Ashima speak a little bit about sharing the vision of IIMAGine, which kind of all of us, we are here for a reason, and part of that is because this vision was set up a long time back. And all of us, especially Ashima, has kind of driven that vision, and we feel kind of being, we want to be part of it. We feel that there's value in getting together, and that's why we are here. So that's, we're going to have, some words from Ashima. We're going to have Arindam Mukhopadhyay all the way from New York here, from Citigroup. He's going to share his views about power of analytics in the human capital space. I'm personally really looking forward to attend that and see what you have to say. We're going to have a break after that for some time. We're going to have, that's going to be followed by a keynote by Raghu Krishnamurthy, VP, Vice President, Human Resources at GE. And then we're going to have like the a short kind of next steps and vote of thanks. I'll do that. And like we're gonna have like Q&A any point in time on any of the discussions, any of the the broader event. Feel free to speak up, feel free to share and ask questions. We'd love to hear that and take it to consideration, whatever those questions are. And then we open up for dinner around 7:45. And then the floor will be open for like more Q&A, connections, networking, mingling, and dinner and things. So that's pretty much the agenda for today. We're running slightly a few kind of 10-15 minutes late. We'll try to cover that up as we go through it. We hope we're going to have like some more people join us. We might be struggling a little bit with the parking. We have received some feedback about the parking being far away. We're going to take care of that as we for the next event. There's the handout. I hope like everyone has this handout. You can go through that. There are profiles of people. There's also a notes, kind of like a blank page for you guys to take notes. And towards the end, there is a feedback form, which we would really love to hear from you about like what your experience was and will be for the event, because we want to continue to. So with that, let me have Vineet Nijavan. I'm going to invite Vineet to, I'm going to give a little introduction of Vineet, and then I would invite Vineet to come here and inaugurate the event. Vineet Nijavan was Managing Director, Office of Technology Department at Boston University. Vineet teaches MBA courses on entrepreneurship at BU, Questroom School of Business. Over 300 students have taken his courses. Vineet has over 30 years experience building 5 startups. As CEO of 3, 5 were acquired. Vineet was venture partner at Key Venture Partners, and over 2 years sourced over 200 deals and made one investment that was acquired for $430 million. Vineet is an advisor and board member to several technology startups and was a Mass High-Tech All-Star in 2005. Vineet has participated in over 240 panel discussions and paper presentations, and is a board member of Mass Ventures, an early-stage quasi-public Massachusetts venture capital firm, a co-founder of EdTech Accelerator, Incubator, Learn Launch, president of Massachusetts Association of Technology, transfer offices, and on the advisory board of Walker Innovation. Vineet is also on the board of National Academy of Inventors. Vineet earned his BA-SC in Electrical Engineering from University of Waterloo in Ontario, Canada. With that, please welcome Vineet Nijavan to, I'm going to invite you, Vineet, to inaugurate the meeting.
Well, I was going to say welcome to Boston, but I know so many of you here, you're already from Boston. So, but for the others who are not, welcome to Boston. This is sort of very typical early October weather, and that's why I'm sure you're all complaining about the parking being far away. It's a little windy and cold out there. So it's ironic that they've asked me to inaugurate this, since I have no connection to IIM, besides having some really close friends from there. And I don't even have an MBA. So, but I think the connection obviously is because of where you are. I teach here at BU. When Ashima reached out, I said, hey, it'd be fantastic to have you guys here. I tried to have it in our School of Business, but we couldn't sort of get that to work, so we came out here instead. I was, of course, aware of the IIMs, but in order to sort of prepare for this, I had to go to Wikipedia. It's my most important source. And I found out that the first 2 IIMs, IIM Calcutta and IIM Ahmedabad, both have connections to this region. That IIM Calcutta was sort of started with the help of Sloan School at MIT, and that IIM Ahmedabad had a connection to Harvard, which is fantastic. I mean, we have those connections, and of course, Boston University has lots of connections to IIM because we have all these faculty who've come from IIM. And in fact, one of our very own is now the Dean of IIM Bangalore, Sushil Vachani, who's a professor here at BU, is now Dean of IIM Bangalore as of about a year ago. I was also surprised to find out that IIM Ahmedabad is ranked, I think, 28th in FT's list of MBA schools, and BU is ranked 82nd, I think, or something, or 78. I think we moved up a bit. But IIM Bangalore was 82, so we beat IIM Bangalore. Just like a couple. So, you know, the only thing I'll sort of leave you with is I'm sure many of you, when you went to school, that when you came out, you sort of joined big companies, because that's what MBAs were supposed to do. Of course, the whole big company landscape has changed completely, right? I mean, the churn in the Fortune 500 is increasing year after year. Innovation and entrepreneurship is now becoming central to every business. And so anybody that's coming out with an MBA has to think that way. Part of the reason I never got an MBA was I was itching to go start a company. You know, when I was in college, I did an engineering degree, started my first company in college, and you know, went out and started companies. I think now there are people like Peter Thiel who are sort of telling students to drop out of school and start companies. I think that's very mistaken, because the skills that we learn, you know, when we come to institutions like this, and frankly speaking, you know, when I speak to my MBA students, I regret not doing an MBA, because I think some of the things I had to learn the hard way, I could have actually learned in school. It would have been a cheaper way of doing it than the way I ended up doing it. But the whole idea of an MBA and what you can use it for is changing very dramatically. And I think all these academic institutions, including our own, Quest School of Business, are really thinking about that change. In fact, Venkat was sort of leading this worldwide sort of online debate that we had a year ago on how the MBA program needs to change. Venkat and I think we're thinking about doing it again in sort of a more evolved way. And you guys should all pay attention to that and participate. I think that would be all fantastic. So I really don't have a lot more to say, so I've caught you up on time. Right? And I'll let the next speaker come. Thank you.
I just want to have you while you're there.
Well, later. Well,
Okay. The reason that Vineet is actually inaugurating, because if it had not been for Vineet, we wouldn't have been here. So I live in San Francisco, and from San Francisco, in a true entrepreneurial way, we made a connection, we met each other, and Vineet just made it happen.